Kagamine Rin is just one of the Kagamine twins, and we've already talked about Lin's hotness in the first according to demo. So now it's time I give credence to his adorable yet arguably more popular sister, Rin. Specifically, Rin is on the same fame level as Miku and Luca. Possibly more than Luca. Maybe not, I'm not sure. And those three have a specific set of the way of the fanbase views her own. Miku is an all-around type of Vocaloid, Luca is a more mature type, and Rin is the little sister version. Cute, crass, and very demanding at times. Very, very demanding. So, with this information, we are going to ask this question. Why is Rin so independent, or even spoiled? As we explain today on this edition of According to Demo. First off, Rin is 14. That is canon. Krypton's homepage says he's 14 along with Lin. Okay, whether or not you agree that Lin and Rin actually mean right or left, or I mean left or right, I said Lin first, or the fact that they are not actually twins, which I've already said, so say those raging comments please. They're everywhere. They are literal mirror images of themselves, because apparently the word clones isn't good enough for some people. Okay, since my perpetual annoyance from the fanbase on those subjects is over, I'm gonna take some points to tell you that I will call Lin her brother for the ease of it all. Ease, okay? Ease! I'm imperatively saying ease! Please don't assault me with your stupid comments, please. I get it. Everybody else does. It would be weird to say her reverse self or her mirror bro. That's actually pretty good. Mirror bro. Okay, but again, I will state this again and again. Rin and Lin are mirror images and are not twins, even though I say they are. Nor brother or sister, nor even related, but only 50% of the same person. They get married and have relationships on a regular basis, which even still, that's pretty bad. Given that 50% of the same person still has 50% of the same DNA. That's not logistically and biologically, since that just makes sense. Why am I doing this? Now that that's out of the way, we can get into what makes Rin so freakishly adorable. The fanbase is ultimately divided into what she portrays herself to be. Such words like edgy, tsundere, motherly, for some odd reason, protective of Lin, and so far as a mother-honkin' sadist. Tell us how you think Rin acts in the comments. Ultimately, how she acts is according to the most popular songs and how many of those songs exist. Just because she's a murderer in some songs doesn't mean she's actually is one. Most of this is how the community as a whole portrays her to be, and as with every Vocaloid I talk about in this series. So don't think this is like canon reference, okay? This is just play style. This is for funsies. I do this for fun. This is fun, okay? I just like to research stuff. This gives me a reason to research Vocaloid and personality traits and other stuff. Hentai, yeah. Okay, the secret's out. For anyone thinking of Rin as a tomboy, you'd be right. I say this completely for emphasis on that statement. Just look at her shorts. Whatever you're thinking is completely your own fault, you pervert. But we're mature perverts, right? Mature. Be mature about it. But sure, that doesn't prove anything really. But if you also think about it, name me an anime character that wears short shorts without being a tomboy or a tsundere. Miku, Luca, Meiko, Gumi, they all wear skirts. Well, I think Gumi wears short shorts under those skirts, but she's kind of punkish too. Okay, she sang some pretty weird, dark songs. I won't go into her short shirt because most Vocaloids also have that too. It just goes to show that Rin, as a 14-year-old, is not like the rest. Obviously. Oops. A girl that isn't one to follow the natural order the rest do out of cultural respects. But the argument to that is, she's a mirror image of Lynn. The boys don't wear skirts. Say that to a Scottishman, you'd probably just be drowned in beer. In Japan, boys don't wear skirts. That I know of. And you'd be right. But her being a mirror image of Lynn will also define her personality as well, don't you think? Should that not at least make sense? You know? When we looked at Lynn over 2 years ago, holy flat traps. That is so mesmerizing. 2 years of ATD and only 8 out. We looked at why he was hot. He was so freaking hot. Ugh! And a lot of you thanked me for it. For which I've actually never said, you're welcome. You're welcome, Lynn fanboys. I mean, fangirls. And boys, fangirls, fans. Maybe you're immogulous. Maybe you're just gel. Thank you, fanjellies. You're welcome, fanjellies. You're welcome. And decided it was about his uniqueness of being a very subtle, yet whiny, bad boy. So with Lynn being a bad boy, why can't Rin be a bad girl? Okay, saying that just adds so much different context. Oh man. Seems perfectly legit, right? Isn't it? Maybe? If we can take it that way, we can end the video now. Oop. No, we're not. We're not doing that. Some of you are sad, aren't you? Well, the points that we have to talk about are simplistic in discussing her age, her brother, Krypton and themselves, because, you know, the makers always gotta be talked about, and her fans as a whole. Before we begin, Rin in Japanese means phosphorus in English. But that has nothing to do with it, actually, because Rin is kind of a popular name in Japan before the periodic table came out back in the Dark Ages. So anyway, I just thought I'd bring that up. That's just fun knowledge. Rin is phosphorus in English. I don't know. Rin and Lynn have had a sort of controversial epithet dealing with their age because they were voiced by a 32-year-old, well, by a then 32-year-old Asami Shimoda, who also... I'm sorry, Miss Asami. Please don't hurt me. I didn't mean it to call you old. I didn't mean it, please. Anyway, with Miku being voiced by a literal 16-year-old then, there were supposed worries about the community and what they already did to Miku in the form of demoralizing and bad vocal manipulations. Not bad as in, oh, that's just badly done, but that bad as in, holy crap, I'm not letting my kids anywhere near that. That type of bad. Rin, being 14, has the emotions to back up the fact that she's the more popular of the two siblings, and that she has over 100,000 more songs than her brother to date. So, she's been working far harder and using less time talking about her junk than Lynn has. According to demo on Lynn, we actually made Lynn look like the more mature sibling, but now that we take a look at Rin, I think she'll be the more get things done type of sibling. She gets results. Lynn, however, lazes about until he wants to do something he wants to do. I mean, you can say the same thing for Rin, but you have to look at it different ways. A 14-year-old with a lazy brother with girls fawning all over him. It seems like Rin has to be the independent just to keep all those drool factories away from him to protect him. She is quite protective, and even though she is, there are a lot of songs where Lynn dies. Yep, I'm doing a top 10 on it. It makes sense because with twins at that age, especially different genders, are very much at odds at what they want to do. They both want to do what they want, not what the other wants. Although, I can't say anything definitive because I'm an only child, so tell me in the comments how you argue with your siblings. So, there you go. At that age, when we have a strong-willed girl, she can act tough, yet still be cute and adorable, and quite possibly spoiled rotten. So we're gonna ask, is Rin spoiled rotten? I don't know, we'll find out. Rin and Lin's I do only what I want nature is synonymous to them being mirror images of one another. Their wants don't align, but their attitudes sure as HFIL do in respect to those wants. This doesn't mean Rin is hot or sexy, depending on your view of her, but she's cute, which is more along the lines of hot than sexy is anyway. Hot is when a person is nice to look at, and same with being with cute. Sexiness arouses you. If you seen a cute bunny, would you go, oh man, that arouses me? Unless you're talking about the anime, The Order is a Bunny. Don't, those are lollies, don't. Hot could be said the same way as sexy, but it is pleasing to look at. A hot man can be sexy too, can't they? A sexy person can be cute, can't they? The latter one doesn't make much sense, does it? Hot may also arouse you. Sure, I get called cute by a number of women, but I've also been groped on the behind too. Don't do that, by the way, unless I know you. Unless you want to get socked in the face. Yeah, anyway, I wouldn't consider myself or Ren hot, or even sexy. But we are cute, you know. And I mention me in that because if you notice, Ren is also very narcissistic and egotistical. Just like me. Okay, no. She would love causing mischief for her benefit. Love to pull people into her problems and create a mess she'll find fun in the end. She'd be the most likely to be juvenile delinquent, much to the assist of her punkish songs fighting against the corporate school system, as she loves trying to find something fun to do, no matter the cost, even if it's being truthful, and possibly marrying your mirror image on multiple occasions. She really loves Lynn, obviously, if the marriage didn't spur that on, regardless of the crap she has him do. She makes him do a lot of crap. Everyone else to her could actually be considered a nuisance, as they hinder her goal of finding fun in the world. So, she's like Haruhi Suzumiya, and I associated myself with Haruhi more than anyone else, so the magic word for describing Rin is tomboy, like we've said before, which is one word, not two, and the fact that she, as a tomboy, makes her far more cuter in songs like I Like You, I Love You, yet far more creepier in songs like Song of Great Satan or Immoral Taste of a Bloody Traveler. It's obvious that she has a cute side, but also a mischievous side, which can also make her cuter in a dramatic way. Be honest, have you ever found someone who is so adorable yet also does bad things to be cute? I have. It's called being a baby. Okay. I shouldn't say just being a baby, because it's a nature some people have, just like with shyness for me. I fumble my words, and that's why some people call me cute. Rin does mischievous stuff and is adorable in a physical sense, so people allow it. It's like my new puppy. Just excrement all over the floor, but with those cute eyes, I'm not even mad. Just highly annoyed. Her physical appearance makes her cute, and people give to protect cute things, which I've discussed in the ATD of Yuzuki Yukari. For there you go, huh? The affection they receive can lead to being spoiled, in that which she can set an orphanage on fire and still receive the key of the town for being the cutest idol alive. And comparative to real life girls at that age, she's just about the same as the ones I've seen in school. But I think that's more of an area thing. There are all types of people, and our personalities are affected by how people treat us and how we treat ourselves. So in conclusion, Rin is a powerful kid with lots of vigor in her step. She has issues growing up like all of us, and we can use her image to look at ourselves and look how far we've grown to grow. We've grown or can grow. and learn that the key to having the kind of relationship and attitude, or any attitude, is to simply do things we love to do, or else we'll do more mischievous things to get fun. I can't get no funny factions. Rin is popular because she is who she is, and she is designed specifically to be someone who acts like a ruffian to look independent yet adorable to get a pass on bad actions. But that also makes her a perfect liar, and people that age lie all the time to their parents and authority figures, so all of this makes sense in a roundabout sort of way, right? So what do you think about Rin and how she acts? Does she act best alone or together? No matter what you believe, this was all about how the community views her as a whole. Nothing canon in Krypton's case, okay? And on the previous According to Demo, we all agreed that Kakapo wasn't ruined. Even though that was a lot of information. That's what you call hardcore fans. And honestly, I stand by my statements as well. It disturbed me a bit, but it is still Gakabro, so it's fine. So, who do you want me to talk about next and include their question? If you want more Vocaloid or gaming content, then press that subscribe button. If you want to see more of the According to Demo, then go ahead and click that like button as well. I think you'll come back. I know you'll come back for some more According to Demo. Hopefully next week. Catch it next time.
I don't know why I got so intense at that moment. I'm so sorry.